My guest speaker tonight is none other than Daryl Ng. So Daryl Ng is actually the fitness trainer. All right, he knows all and everything about fitness, right? And if you you saw the posting that I did on the body, right? He's none other the right person to qualify to tell you how to keep yourself fit and what are the diet that you need to eat, and then how he keep his challenges and discipline as well. Daryl, when did you start? All right, taking fitness so seriously.
I started training since I was 12 years old. 12 years old when I was playing basketball with my friends. Then after that, there's a girl, my neighbor, which is a girl. She brought us to the outside of the gym, where I see the gym inside. It feels like like a place for very serious, the adult, very interesting place. So after that, once I got myself a membership for the gym, it's a public gym. So after that, once I go to the gym, I realized that I don't know how to train. So I jump from machine to machine. So for example, I go to this machine that trains the chest. Then I see, I would want to have some huge chest. I will just do the chest. Then after that, I move on to the next machine. Targets the abs. I want abs as well, so I will do it. So is that the correct way? I feel that is not the correct way, but I've been through a lot of hurdles and struggles to come to a point where I realized that there's a lot of information from YouTube as well. So from YouTube, I learn more and more. I trial and error which kind of exercise works for me. Then when I become really serious is when I was in ITE. I joined Dragon Boat. So Dragon Boat, I have been training since, but when I joined Dragon Boat, my coach actually push us to our limits. So that is when I know that how to train properly and how to push yourself to the point where it actually shows results.
So Daryl, maybe you want to share with us, right? Like, okay, they're asking us what we eat. Food also just as important. Diet. Can we eat all this satay in that basis itself?
Because I feel that in terms of food, I try not to restrict too much because personally, I get fat very easily, and then I love to eat. So how do I find the balance of staying in shape while being able to enjoy the food that I eat? So that's why you have to work out, and then from there you cannot always you cannot eat too much of satay. So for example, if you eat like 3 or 4 satays, it's fine. But if it was me last time, maybe a few years ago, I would order like 2 dozens of satay, and then that is not enough for me. So for now, I try to control the amount of portion that I'm eating.
There's a questions here that ask. Thanks, Moo, for asking this question. What do you think of fitness gym versus exercise mobile app?
Exercise mobile app. What I feel about exercise mobile app, you mean like those YouTube videos, is it? But if you talk about fitness gym, I feel that fitness gym might be kind of complex. When you go there, you see a lot of machines. Like when you are just starting out, you see a lot of machines, you don't really know what to do. So you can start off with going to YouTube and watch videos from there. And TikTok has a lot of people, they are sharing a lot of fitness tips as well that you can follow. But for fitness app, I feel that in order for you to learn from fitness app, you cannot really learn much because you need to go to the gym and learn how to really execute those exercises. Because based on those fitness apps, they will just show you images of how to use the machines. But when you go to the gym, if you don't have the app, you don't know how to do it. So it's best you can have the app and then go to the gym, so at least you can trial and error for yourself as well.
So what do you think, Daryl, about children as well? Because in TikTok, I also noticed there's a lot of kids, right? They are teenagers, and then some of them are even young kids as well. Some of them are adults. Do you think, is there an age group that they should be doing weightlifting, and then certain age group they should not, or they have to be careful? Maybe you want to give some tips to them?
I feel that in terms of lifting weights, I think the minimum age you can go is maybe 12 years old. Maybe younger than that, maybe you can try to do like some bodyweight exercises. Because when you go to the gym, there's a lot of tips and techniques that you need to master before you can properly execute those exercises. Because if you don't do those techniques properly, you will end up injuring yourself. So because kids they do not have much experience, and then they are very ambitious, they want to carry heavy, so that is when they will injure themselves. then that will set them for a long-term injury that we want to avoid. So that is the first thing. So if you want to go to the gym, I think 12 is okay, but better to have someone to supervise their exercise routine as well. Because if not, if they injure themselves, and then there will be a long process of recovery. But then said again, because people have this conception that if you go to the gym when you're young, you will stunt your growth. That is not true, because I went to the gym when I was 12 years old and my height is 185. I think should be fine. The height should be fine. No worries for that, I think.
Okay, so yeah, it's important if you are underage, like below 12, right? Like Daryl has advised. I think whether what age you are, it is always good to have a coach, right? Who have someone to supervise you, to guide you, especially when you are young. You are not too sure the type of equipment to use,
Correct.
right? So it is always good to get a professional advice. So Daryl, how do you think, how long should people rest in between workout?
Depends on your intensity. So if you want to grow your muscles, I feel that you have to have maybe 2 to 3 minutes of rest before you go, because if you want to increase your muscle mass, you need to lift quite heavy. So in order for you to do that, you need to rest quite long. So for example, if your goal is to lose weight, you want to keep the intensity high, you want to keep your heart rate high, so that is why you want to rest a bit shorter. So for example, if you want to build muscles 2 to 3 minutes, but if you want to burn some fat, burn some more calories, I think keep the rest time to about 1 minute. So that is the best time.
The question asked is how to resist junk food. I fully agree. It's a bit tough, right?
Yeah, because I feel that the most important thing is not to resist, but to be strict with what you eat. So for example, you tell yourself that I'm just going to eat 2 satay and that's it. Then you don't have to restrict yourself, you just have to be strict with what you eat. So for example, I can give you like say 2,000 calories per day. It depends on how do you want to spend those calories. If you want to spend those calories eating salads, it's okay. If you want to spend to eat satay, it's also fine. But it depends whether does it exceed your budget as well. So for example, you can eat salads and then it will be less than 2,000 calories for sure. But if you were to eat satay, maybe a dozen, you will hit to 2,000 calories. Okay, this is an example. Okay, but for 2,000 calories, you cannot really eat that much junk food. So you have to ration yourself, like I say. So if you want to eat salad and then you want to eat a bit of satay, it's fine. No worries about that. So I feel that the most important thing is not to restrict yourself, just be strict. Okay, and then there is one also. How should someone who is age 43 and 120 kg lose weight? Okay, so for example, if you're 43 years old and then if you do not have any experience working out, I feel that the best thing to do is maybe you can go for a walk or a swim, because 120 kilo is quite heavy. I feel that if you go for a run, you will injure your knees because of the weight. So I feel that you can go for a walk around the park, get yourself, slowly build up the momentum of working out, and then slowly bring yourself to the gym and then work out maybe 3 times per week first, and then slowly increase the intensity more. Because what people always do, and the mistake that I find very common is when I say I want to lose weight, tomorrow straight away I tell myself, this is true. My friend actually told me when I asked for what is his next call of action, he actually tell me that okay, tomorrow onwards I'm going to be eating salads, just salads, and then I'll be running 10 km per day. And that is true. He really said that. And then I told him that it is not possible, because it is possible if you do it for 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, but after that you will give up, because it is not sustainable. Because sustainability is the most important when it comes to fitness. Okay, so take it gradually. It's a lifestyle. You don't have to rush into it. Just take it as a lifestyle, slowly build momentum, and then from there you will have a smooth transition. Yeah.
Yes, and I think it's also important if you have never exercises for a long while and suddenly to go in, your body will also take a certain shock, right? So it's always good to start moderately, and then at the same time also maybe go for a health checkup as well.
Correct.
Yeah, and then don't be too ambitious that we always want to think that we can do it. I think it's good to start gradually and increase the momentum, right? Because it is really a long haul, right? For any exercises that you want to do, it's really a long haul. Most of my friends increase weight during COVID, and which method is best like intermittent fasting. What do you think, Daryl?
Fasting, I feel that in order, if you want to do a fast, it will be, I personally do fast because I feel that I like to eat in big portion. So for example, I fast from night time all the way to late noon. Then after I will have my first meal because I feel that I will have a more quantity because I like to eat a lot of food. So I rather starve myself rather after I go for a big meal. And that is what I like. So but if you talk about which method is the best, I feel that everyone is different. For myself, I like to fast, but some people like to eat smaller meals. It depends. Whatever works for you, you will do it. Okay. So but there are a few methods like you can count your calories, you can eat salads, you can do fasting. It depends on which method you like. But for myself, I think fasting is what I prefer. Yep.
Okay, and what do you think, Daryl? Because I always hear different stories about keto diet. Now it's a fashion and a trend, right? Some people love keto, somebody is against keto. What is your take?
Yeah, because ketosis, so that means there is a lot of diet.
Yes.
There is a keto diet, paleo diet, vegan diet. They are all trying to help you to lose weight. But I feel that the most important thing is calorie deficit. What is calorie deficit? So for example, if my calorie is 2,000 calories per day to survive, I have to eat 2,000 calories. If I were to eat more than 2,000 calories, I will increase my weight. But if I were to eat slightly lesser than 2,000 calories, I will lose weight. So that is the main fundamentals that you should remember because if you talk about paleo diet, keto diet, everything is trying to help you to aim for calorie deficit. Yeah. And also depends on whether do you like to go on the diet because paleo diet is like a caveman diet that you cannot really eat a lot of things. For example, fries, I don't think you can eat that because it is processed food, so you cannot eat that. You only have to eat like vegetables, red meat. Yeah, so depends on whichever food you like, but I feel that the best way is to just be normal and then just count your calories.
What he's saying is that whenever we are out, how do we gauge what is the calorie count and this type of calorie is good and no? How do you gauge calorie?
Because there is an app for that, so you don't have to go and study what this kind of food, how much calories, sandwich, how many calories. You don't have to do that. You just have to go and download the app called MyFitnessPal, and then from there you can key in like satay, and it will give you an estimation of how much one satay is worth of calories. So that is how you can kickstart yourself. But to be honest, I try not to count a lot of my calories because I want to make it as a lifestyle. Because if I were to count this and count that, I feel that it is very tedious.
Yes.
I try to keep it normal. I just work out, and then if I feel that I am not on track, I feel that if I'm getting out of shape, and then I will start to taper down on my food intake. Or you can exercise a little bit more. So that is how you can do that. But if you want to count how much calories, you can go and download MyFitnessPal app. That will help you a lot.
Now, if control calorie, but if I'm hungry, how to tahan, huh?
Yeah, how to tahan is because if you set your calories too low and then you are not able to sustain. And I try not to go hungry lah. I try not to go hungry. But if you were to say that if you have a little bit calories, actually if you were to go for those clean food like potatoes, salads, those are really low calories. But for myself, I tend to go for watermelons because watermelons have very low calories.
Okay.
So maybe a huge bowl of watermelon is almost like less than 100 calories or 150 calories. So for a big bowl of watermelons, it is definitely worth it and it will keep you full. But if you were to say, I'm very hungry, I want to eat satay, then cannot because it will definitely bring your calories too high up.
Now, Daryl, what do you think lately because of the COVID, right? A lot of them are still working from home. Some of them are still very stressed. Some of them because of the changes with the routine. Do you think it is important to even exercise, with all this stress itself?
I feel that exercise in whatever situation is still very important because it is your body because we only have one body. We really have to take care of it. If not, if something happens to us, we cannot reverse those damages that is done already. So maintaining your fitness is the way to go. But I feel that doing work from home, what you can do is maybe you can set up a Zoom call with your friends to work out together over Zoom. So that is some way you all can set an appointment and then you all can work out together. But if not, you can go for a slight walk, a slight jog around your estate, because I feel that working from home, if you don't go out, it feels like, you know, very stuffy at home.
Yes.
You don't really get refreshed. So if you go out and have a walk, have a run, it will also help you to feel refreshed also. But at the same time, it helps you on your health as well.
What do you think about supplement?
Supplements, it depends on what kind of supplement you're talking about. But if you're talking about what kind of supplement I take, I to be honest, I don't really take supplements, because I feel that I'm happy with what I have now. Because but if you want to have optimize your health, it's best you can eat like multivitamins and fish oil. So
Okay.
that is very good. For myself, I don't really go for that, because I never go and purchase all these supplements. I used to do that when I'm competing, but after that I feel that if there's a lot of supplements I want to take, then I give up the idea of taking supplements.
Okay, so for me, I try liquid supplement. I more prefer anything that is liquid, because I felt that the absorption is good. I also like to take supplement, but I'm being selective as to who the manufacturers are. And then also, more importantly, I think to me is loads of vitamin C.
Yeah, vitamin C, yes. That is
That's
very
the only
important.
supplement that I felt is good.
Correct.
Yeah, to build up our immune system and to boost the immune system at the
Correct.
same time.
Mm.
Yeah, I see so many people eating protein powder,
Yeah.
and especially those even ask me to join them. I see most of the gym people taking protein, creatine. What do you think?
Creatine. So protein, why are people taking protein? Is because they want to have more protein into their body. But for example, if you are eating satay has protein as well. But for kind of convenience wise, protein powder is very convenient, because after your workout you can just have a shake. You can drink it. That is 25 grams of protein already. Because if you were to bring your chicken breast around, you need to cook, and then cost efficient as well, because one scoop of protein maybe 80 cents, but if you were to compare it with chicken breast, it is much more expensive. So that is why people go for protein powder, and that is why I go for protein powder as well. So but if you were to talk about creatine helps you to lift heavier weights, but it's available in red meats as well. So for example, if you were to eat beef,
Yeah.
it's also found in beef as well, so you don't have to purchase creatine for that. Yep.
Daryl, what do you think? Is it a good idea to work out, after food?
Workout after food. It depends. A lot of my answers are it depends, because for myself personally, I feel that I want to eat after my workout. Because if I were to eat before my workout, it is not because of any health issues or any performance issue, but it's more to my hunger issue. Because if I were to eat now and then I go for my workout, after my workout I will always feel hungry. So that is why I tend to push my meals after my workout, because if not I will have to eat again. So that is why eat after your workout, that will be better.
Is it safe for obese people to lift weight? Obese, right? So obese, what do you think? I think to me sometimes it's dangerous, but they can start slow. What about your?
I feel that obese, for example, if you're obese, you can start with lifting weight, because if you were to do push-ups, maybe your weight is too heavy for you. So if you were to go for push-up, you go for a gym session, you lift weights, you can actually cater to the muscles that you can actually carry. So if you do push-ups, it might be too heavy for you, and then you end up injuring yourself. But if you were to go to the gym, use the weights that is appropriate for your current situation, and then that is better. But if you were to talk about lifting weights, does it help with obese people? It definitely helps, because why you're obese is because of the metabolism. Your metabolism slows down. But if you were to go to the gym and lift weights, increase your muscle mass, and then your muscle mass will help you to burn more calories as well. And then it is like a fat loss, but at the same time you gain muscle as well. So double win.
Okay, and what do you think, Daryl? Types of exercises, gym burns more calories, or outdoor activities burns more calorie? What do you think?
What do I think? I feel that it depends on what kind of workout you are doing. So because gym there is a circuit training as well, outdoor there is a body weight exercise as well. So it depends on what kind of training programs you are into. Sometimes gym training can be very intense and then let you perspire a lot as well. But sometimes when you work out outside, it is not because the intensity but the weather that makes you perspire a lot.
Okay.
And then but you're only working out on some body weight exercises. But if you're talking about programs like maybe HIIT, that burns a lot of calories. HIIT is a high intensity interval training. So that means you work out, you give your maximum effort for 40 seconds, and then you rest for 20 seconds, and then you repeat this cycle for, say, 5 times or 8 times.
You know, everybody wants to lose weight fast. It's like there's a magic pill and so forth. What do you think? Is there any for exercises?
I feel that if you want it fast, slow is fast, fast is slow. that is what I feel. But I feel that if you make it like a lifestyle, you will eventually get there. So for example, if you go for a slight jog, maybe 10 minutes per day, might not seem like a lot, but if you were to do it for a long period of time, the amount of distance is quite far away. To be honest, yeah. So try to make it as a lifestyle and try not to make sudden changes, because I know that when we want to change our body, we want it immediately. We want instant gratification, but it is not. You really have to take it gradually, slowly, increase your workload momentum, because for example, if you have your other things to do, for example you have your business, if I suddenly ask you to change your diet, change your training program, it feels very awkward. But if I was to say, okay, as per normal, but after your day I want you to go for a 5 minutes walk, I think you'll be feeling like, hey, I can do that, because 5 minutes is nothing.
That's right.
But then I tell you again, maybe the week after, maybe try 7 minutes. I have done 5 minutes, 2 more minutes is not a problem. Then you slowly increase. So maybe 3 months later, you feel that you find yourself running 15 minutes for 3 times per week.
So that's why I always feel, right, we take it slow and steady, but not to be overly ambitious. Take your own time, especially if you have not exercised for a long time and you want to begin that regime. So don't be overly ambitious, and then take it at one at a time. And Daryl, what do you think of every time when you do a exercise and you happens to have an injury, do you want to continue exercising, or do you reckon that they should really take a break and let it recover completely before they get it started again?
I feel that if you have an injury, you really have to go for a rest first. Rest yourself and then make yourself feel better first for the injury part to be less painful before you proceed to train those muscles around the injury. So for example, if you have an injury on your knee, you wouldn't want to do like squats, but you can do some leg extension to train your quads muscles, or you can train your hamstring muscle to stabilize the area around your knee, because that area will become weak. And then how do you help to strengthen it? You don't strengthen it by working out on that particular spot, but you work out around the muscles around those areas that you want to protect.
And there's a question asked here also that is it true that it is not a good idea to do the same exercises over and over again throughout the workout?
Over the same period of workout, or do you mean like every day?
Every day doing the same routine?
Yeah, because in order to build muscles, you have to get stronger. So for example, if you're doing push-ups, the maximum you can do is 10 push-ups. So your goal is always try to aim for more. So for example, your aim is to do 10, then tomorrow you try to aim for 11. So that is how you grow your muscles. You have to progressively overload yourself.
I see.
So that is so you don't have to switch a lot of exercises, because I feel that you tend to confuse yourself as well. So stick to the basic, it helps.
Okay. And why do you think that people have such a hard time losing belly fats?
For myself, it's my face. My face gets fat the first, and then it's the last to go, because I don't know why. It is because of genetics. So, but in order to lose away your belly fat, you really have to lose away your overall body fat percentage. Because if I were to give you another analogy, so for example, if you are in a swimming pool, you want to lose just this part, this particular corner of water, you cannot do that. But in order to do that, you really have to decrease the amount of water, overall water in the pool, in order to reach the spot.
I see. Due to COVID, it's very difficult, it's harder now harder to go to gym cause COVID limit.
So
only 5 people.
No worries about that. You can still go to some fitness corner and do your workout, or you can work out at home, do some body weight exercises. If not, you can go to a park and then just do a slight jog, and then from there you slowly increase on your workload. But if not, you don't have to really necessarily go to the gym. Okay, just start with your body weight first until the pandemic is over, the COVID is over, and then you can revisit the gym again.
Yeah, but also don't allow the pandemic to disturb you in a way that affect you to stop your exercises, because exercises supposedly to keep us mentally fit and healthy, right?
Refresh,
so so don't allow the COVID really to stop you from doing any exercises. What do you think? Fish and chips, 900 calorie. Wow.
Just to share with you guys, one McSpicy, everyone loves McSpicy. So McSpicy meal with large fries and normal Coke, it is 1,000 calories. It is 1,000 calories for that. Yeah. So 900 calories is fine. If you are craving for it, you can go for it. But try to reduce those calories by half lah. So for example, if you're here with me, then we go share a plate of 900 calories, right? We divide by half lor. So share those calories lah. That is what I always say to my friends and family. We share those calories. So for example, how to 2,000 calories but one meal already 900 calories? So that is a good question. Maybe you can go and try to search for fish slice soup.
Steamed fish maybe?
Yu Pian Tang.
Oh, okay.
Fish slice soup.
Yes.
So from there you can see how much calories is it. It is about 250 calories if I'm not wrong. 250 calories.
Yeah, I think one spicy meal each, then add add nuggets to share. I can understand what you're going through. I think we all are so tempted, in this choice in Singapore, right? There's tons of foods and varieties, right?
Correct.
So there's always temptation. I guess at the end of the day is we really need to be strong in our own mindset. What is your main objective and your goal, right? That you want to achieve at the end of the day, and be disciplined. I guess that is the only way, is to discipline ourselves. Yes, it's easy to say, than to do it. Therefore, nothing else other than you really have to be disciplined, right?
Correct. The most important thing that is you have to enjoy the process. Okay, because if I were to restrict you, if you like to eat, for example, satay again, if you like to eat satay, then I tell you, okay, from today onwards, you're not going to eat satay ever again. Then, life will be sad. Then after 1 week, you keep thinking about satay, Then after 1 month, you tell yourself, okay, I give up. I don't want to do it anymore. But if I were to say, you like to eat satay, yeah, how many do you eat? You eat 10 per day. Okay, so instead of taking 10, I say, okay, maybe today you can take 8. Okay, just take 8. So you're reducing 2 already. So that is a good start. And then the week after, I say, okay, reduce 3, and then you take 7. So slowly progress now. I mean, from there, it is more enjoyable. But if I was to say, okay, then satay, you take away everything you don't eat. You just eat salads, pure chicken breast will do. That is not sustainable.
Question asked, should we not eat white rice? How you deal with having no energy on calorie deficit?
It depends on how much calorie deficit you are on. So usually if you're on 2,000 calories diet, and then if your deficit is maybe you eat 1.8k calories, it should be fine. But if you were to eat 1,000 calories, that is too far off. And then from there you'll be much more hungry for them.
Thoughts on cheat days? I think this is something that is very common, right? What do you think about cheat days?
Cheat days, I would feel that maybe go for social events like cheat days. Try to relax yourself, and then from there, it is more for the longer journey, because I always think of a perspective of making it as a lifestyle. Because cheat day, for example, you don't plan like cheat day on a specific day. Like for example, today I go for satays. Yeah, no worries, you can just go for satay. Then after that, tomorrow you just get back on track and then carry on your fitness journey. That is it.
Yeah, but I think cheat days also not something that where your limit is 2,000, then you go and eat 4,000 or 6,000 calories, right?
Yes. So that is so that is very important. So for example, your calories is 2,000 calories. If you go on a cheat day, maybe 2,005, maybe 2,007. I think that is more than enough for you. But if you were to say 2,000 and 4,000, that is too much.
Yeah, so don't go for buffet spread. I think that is one way that you can avoid. Also ask that can belly work out when cutting?
Can belly work out when cutting? Yeah, that is what happened to me when I was competing for a show last time in the past. So I did a lot of cardio, and at the same time I eat maybe if I'm not wrong, I had 1.7k calories, and I cardio almost 2 hours per day. So I almost running on no energy at all, very tired. But then again, if you were to make it as a lifestyle, this is not sustainable. So try to find something that is sustainable for your lifestyle and then for your work as well. So but if your work requires you to move around and talk to a lot of people, but if you only eat a few very low calories, you cannot sustain your work as well. So that will affect your other areas in terms of life. So for example, for Cass as well, if you were to go on very low calorie, you cannot think properly, you don't feel happy as well. So that is not a very good diet. But a good diet is it makes you happy, it is satisfying. So for example, like satay, if you can eat all these, there's no problem, you feel happy, and then you can go for you can make it as a lifestyle. Doesn't cardio restrict muscle group? Yeah, cardio, it helps you to burn calories. That is for my part. I use it to work on my cardiovascular health and then work on burning calories as well. But if you were to make it as a building muscle, it is not cardio that will help you, but more of training your chest, a gym workout that will help you to gain your muscle from there. Yeah, cardio doesn't help you to build muscle.
Where do you think they can go to you, Daryl?
They can go to my TikTok account as well. My name is Daryl. From there you can search for my profile, Daryl. So what I usually share on my profile is tips and tricks on how do you work out, and then how do you do bodyweight workouts, and then more of mindset as well, because I tend to help a lot of people on mindset, because I feel that mindset is the one that stops a lot of people from progressing. Because exercise is true, you know how to do push-ups, you know how to go for a run, but what stops you from going there is your mindset. Because if your mindset is not there, however you want to go, you wouldn't go, because the motivation is not there. Because sometimes life can be tiring, work can be tiring, but is that what, if you really want to go into fitness, then try to make it as a lifestyle for yourself.
How do you track your calories intake? Alright, most apps don't have Singapore kopitiam food.
Yeah, okay, so let me give you an example of fried kway teow. They actually have fried kway teow, data right here. Okay, I don't know whether you can see it or not. Okay, but the app is called MyFitnessPal. So fried kway teow, number of serving one plate. So for example, one plate, and then for calories it is 742 calories, and then how much fat it is inside, how much cholesterol, sodium, carbohydrate, it is all inside. But I feel that throughout this app, it is still an estimation, because on hawker food they will just grab and just cook it, and how much oil, it is not very specific. So you can just use this app as a form of estimation. Don't have to be too anal about it, but just to make sure that you don't exceed too much from there.
Maybe those of you really, if you have more questions to ask about fitness, Daryl, what is your area that they can reach you?
Okay, you guys can look for me at TikTok or Instagram. My name is Daryl. You can NGDARYL. So that is my IG name, and that is my TikTok name as well. Okay, but before we leave, I really want to share with you guys that sustainability is the way to go, because really I please you guys not to over push yourself or give yourself immediate changes, because that will not work out. Try to make small changes to your diet, your lifestyle. So for example, if you don't work out at all, just go for a 5 minutes walk. Okay, if you usually go for a lot of walks, then start with 10 minutes of slow jog, and then slowly increase on your way there. Don't suddenly shift my lifestyle change 180-degree shift of your lifestyle. That will not work, because we try to stick to our comfort zone slowly, slowly step out of your comfort zone, and not totally change your lifestyle. Okay?
Yeah, and I also believe it takes 21 days to form a new habit. So do not be too ambitious, but really take your time and develop, and take your time to get yourself out of the comfort zone. All right, and then more importantly, I always share is set a smart goal. All right, be specific. You have a measurement of the time that you want to achieve that is also attainable. All right, the timeline that you set in order to get the result that you want to attain.